What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Cooking with Clams. I'm Will, and if you can't tell by the backdrop or by that guy, I am back in Key West and got a great welcome home present, which is Aaron went out and shot a grouper. Now, for anyone tuning in that's not familiar with my channel, this is a great opportunity to kind of catch you up a little bit. I use the offcuts, meaning the collar, the head, the racks, all the things that normally get discarded into the water or thrown in the trash. It's one way to utilize the entire fish and be a little bit more of a sustainable fisherman and use your entire catch. So Aaron texted me and told me that he got a grouper. Do I want a grouper? And this is my welcome home present. So we are going to take the head and the collar off of this grouper. We're gonna bring it home and we're gonna make fish carnitas tacos. I've never done it before. We'll see how it comes out. I think it's gonna be good. So anyone that made their way onto my channel, not by way of Key West Waterman, that is Aaron Young that's filleting the fish.
Hello.
He has a channel called Key West Waterman. Definitely go and check that out. Probably next week or the following week, we're gonna do a big cook-off as another welcome home to me coming back to Key West from New York. And definitely tune in for that one. I think we're gonna have a lot of fun. But while he's filleting, I'm gonna have Aaron actually tell you a little bit about the regulations of black grouper.
So black grouper are actually, of all the groupers that we have, in my opinion, are one of the most healthy populations. I see probably for every red grouper, your two popular groupers down here are red and black. For every 10 red groupers, or excuse me, for every 10 black groupers, I probably see 1 or 2 legal red groupers. So there's a lot of them. Recreationally, you can harvest 1 per person, and they have to be 24 inches total length.
Okay, now with that said, a 24-inch fish, look at the size of the head and the collar.
This is actually almost 30. This is a decent one.
Yeah, so a fish that big, that's a head and a collar that would get thrown away. Or not thrown away, but a lot of times just thrown back into the water. But we're gonna utilize every part.
This serrated knife really comes in handy when getting in here. A lot of bone and cartilage and other stuff. Skills. Or if you have really good snips, some scissors, they work great for that too.
The serrated knife has been for me the way to go.
Yeah,
for this. The snips,
pretty clutch. Probably should be wearing a glove while you do this because these gills have like rakes on them.
Ow! Did you just prove your point?
They just like grab a hold of you.
So the reason why I'm having them cut the gills out, the gills when you cook them can actually lend a bitter flavor. We are going to slow braise that head and collar all together, and the gills could get into the broth and give a little bit of a bitter flavor. So get those out of there. We're going to keep the meat nice and clean.
There you are. You put that in your pocket.
All right, guys, this better be a familiar place to you. It's the Key West kitchen. I am finally back home. So for those of you that don't know, carnitas is usually a pork butt, and it's slow cooked, and then they either deep fry it, pan roast it, or put it under a broiler to get the little bits of pork crispy. But it's kind of a magical thing because it's nice shredded pork that's crispy, but also juicy. So we're going to attempt to make that happen with our grouper head. Now this dish is only gonna have two components. It's just gonna be the fish, and then I'm gonna make a really quick tomatillo salsa. If you want a more in-depth look at the tomatillo salsa, go back a couple of episodes. I do grouper head enchiladas, and I really talk about how to make this tomatillo. But for this video, I'm just kind of gonna run through it, get it in the oven, and then we're gonna get our grouper head into a slow cooker. All right, so like I said, I'm gonna run through this kind of fast. Now, this is a tomatillo, not to be mistaken for a green tomato. It's a completely different thing. Tomatillos are actually closer to gooseberries, if you've ever heard of those. But we're gonna dice those up, not too small. All right, one jalapeno. One Spanish onion. There you go, the ends of two scallions. And we're gonna put these aside, that's for later. Throw these in. Now, it's important to chop these down because if you leave them in whole, when we go to blend this, the fibers can actually stay long and won't get chopped up by the blender, and you get what almost seems like you're pulling a hair out of your salsa. We don't want that. All right, we're gonna take the majority of the stems from the cilantro, put that in, put this aside, that's for later, and 4 cloves of garlic. Now the garlic we don't really need chopped up, just broken up and de-skinned. Now that I have everything in there, I'm going to do a little bit of black pepper and a little bit of sea salt and some olive oil. This we're going to put into the oven at 350 degrees uncovered, and we're going to wait until you could actually squeeze the tomatillos, the onion. We want everything to be soft so that when we blend it, it liquefies. So I have a crock pot set up here. I have it plugged in. We're going to set that to low. And I have my beautiful grouper head. So put that in. I had to separate the collars because I don't think everything would have actually fit in. So this is the collar. For those of you who don't know, it's also called the throat, the collar, or hamachi kama, or kama. Hamachi might be yellowtail. Oh, hamachi means collar. Kama is yellowtail. If you know, leave a comment. For some reason, that's evading me. But I don't have to scale this or anything. We're gonna put it in here. We're gonna slow cook it. We're gonna add a bunch of other stuff. Now, one of the cool things here in Key West, we have one Mexican spot that has actual like Spanish ingredients. So I picked up ancho chilies, dried ancho chilies. So we're gonna throw those in and a couple other things. So let's get this loaded up. I'll show you everything that I'm putting in. First thing going in, Spanish onion. These guys are small, so I got 2 of them. A bunch of garlic cloves. Also don't need to be chopped. Now our ancho chili. Actually gonna break them down to make sure that the flavor from the seeds and some of the heat from the seeds gets in there. These aren't too spicy, so I'm gonna put a few in there. This is a little bit of Mexican oregano. And then we have coriander, some black pepper, and some ground cumin. Some sea salt. And now the juice from a few oranges. And I'm okay with if any seeds or anything get in there because we're gonna pull that head and collar out and pick through the meat, so it doesn't really matter. Now that everything's inside, we're gonna throw the lid on and let this slow cook for at least 2 hours. While our grouper collar keeps cooking, our tomatillo sauce, everything is cooked and ready to be blended. As you can see, those onions are soft. I mean, they still have a little bit of bite to them, but I can break them pretty easily in half. The garlic, everything with the wooden spoon. So we're looking good. All right, now we squeeze in a couple of limes. Tomatillo already has a kind of citrusy, limey flavor to it, so we don't have to go too crazy with the lime. All right, we'll start with one, give it a blend, and then give it a taste. All right, that was nice and hot, so this will definitely be stuck. Perfect. And we'll see if it needs any seasoning or more lime. It needs just a little bit more salt, and that's it. And actually, I'm gonna do a little more lime. Give it another taste. Use the back of the spoon so we're not double dipping. Ooh, that is perfect. All right, put this aside. Our fish has been in the slow cooker 2 hours. Now I won't lie, I definitely checked on it, grabbed a couple of pieces of the cheek, and it is absolutely phenomenal. Let me show you that real quick. All right, I'm gonna pull out the head. It's been cooking in there so long, it might fall apart a little bit on me, but that's okay. Oh, beautiful. Oh, that is cooked. That is absolutely cooked. All right, now for the head. And then the other thing is that all the juice in the bottom here, I'm gonna strain that and we're gonna reserve that for our cooking. Now, I'm gonna let this cool down completely and then we'll pick all that meat. Look at that. Unbelievable. I'm amazed every time. This is gonna blow your mind how many tacos we make tonight with this fish head. It is absolutely gonna blow your mind. So if you need a more in-depth tutorial on picking the head and all the parts of the head, you can go back and literally do it. Probably every other video we cook a fish head, so it's in there if you need it. So I don't have to bore you with all of it on this, but my gosh. My gosh. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. We haven't even gotten to the collars. There's going to be so much meat. I mean, just to give you an idea. Look at that. That's just a giant hunk of meat. And you could do this up north. You could do this with a bluefish head. You could do this with a striper head. I mean, you could do this if you got enough yellowtail down here, yellow jack, anything. Doesn't have to be grouper. I can't even resist showing you this piece. So that came out as one big hunk. That comes out of the collar. And that is like crab meat. And this little bit of dark meat on it. I mean, look at all that gelatin. It's just, you can't overcook this. You really can't. You would be the first person ever to overcook it if you did. Okay, I keep saying I'm not going to show more, but this cheek, I get that out all in one piece here. Come on. Oh, beautiful. All right, how many tacos does everyone want? Three. Okay.
At least 3, probably 4.
Okay.
Probably 5.
All right.
No, 4 for...
All right, so in the pan that I just had the tortillas in, a little bit of oil. As you can see, it is smoking. Because I'm going to add my fish. I want it to cook just on the outside, get a little bit of crispy bits on it. And then we're actually going to deglaze with the jus, the liquid from the bottom of the slow cooker. So this is going to be very fast because this is already cooked. We don't want to overcook it. So these little brown bits are what I want. Those are the little crispy parts that are going to mimic the pulled pork. So this is the juice from the bottom of the slow cooker. We're just going to take just a little bit of that. And that's orange juice, so that has sugar in it, so that's going to cook off and caramelize pretty quickly. Now, if you were to try to do this with a fillet, it would never happen. It would be dry and absolutely terrible. Collar and head meat is the only meat you could do this with. A little bit of our tomatillo sauce. And some cilantro and scallion. And just chopped white onion. I'm going to keep these really simple, like a Mexico City taco. And that's it. All right. Do you know what we're eating?
I have no idea what's happening.
Okay, it's braised grouper head and collars.
Ooh.
And then I pan-seared them to try to make carnitas. And then it's your favorite, the tomatillo sauce.
Yes, I saw
This is like
that.
the welcome home dinner.
Love it.
We were here the whole time. Why are you welcoming us?
All right, my welcome home. I'm welcoming you guys back
Oh,
home.
shoot, you should leave more. If I get this every time.
All right, you're already putting more sauce on.
Yeah, you
no,
should-
just a dollop.
No.
Okay.
Everyone relax. I know
I'm
what I
gonna
like.
have it as the chef
I'm
prepared
going in.
it.
I'm going in.
All right.
I'm gonna just.
The fish is not as rich.
Oh my gosh.
The fish is not as rich as I wanted it to be. You got a bone? Nice, you win. You get to do the dishes.
Sweet.
You always sabotage me, Will. You always give me a bone.
I think it's incredible.
No, it's really good.
I may be a little impartial. Tuna, get out of here.
I like it. I just...
Oh, you're disappointed?
No, not by any means. I kept saying carnitas so many times. I want that fatty, porky, and that's the only thing that's missing is kind of the fatty texture, but I don't...
It has a little lesser version of that, but I get what you're saying. Considering, though, I think it's spectacular. Mm-hmm. And this tomatillo sauce you could put in a bowl and I eat it with a spoon.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with that.
Well, all right.
It's good. I'll give it 4 stars.
You have to aspire to 5, says Mama Clams. Get no respect. Welcome back to me, you know? Well, this is actually how we eat all the time, just facing the window, not talking to each other.
Oh,
all right. We're going to turn the camera off and dig in because you guys don't need to watch us giggling and eating. If I had to do this over again, the one thing that I would add to the crock pot is butter. And the butter would give it that unctuous, kind of velvety...
I can see that.
Which the grouper head meat already has, but then adding it to the skillet kind of took a bit of it away.
Yeah.
So with that butter, or I should have put butter in the skillet. All right, next time. Well, thanks guys, and you've all been asking when I'm going to be back in Key West. I'm here.
Clam is back.
The clam is back. We got something planned, really, really fun. Maybe not the next week, but the week after. We're going to do another cook-off.
I think I want to kind of participate in that.
You want to be a contestant or a taster?
Well, both.
Actually, I would like to taste and have you cook.
No, that's not fair.
All right, tune in for that one, and we'll see you on the next one.